Welcome to Thriving Talks with Anthony. Today we're going to be having a conversation on developing a growth mindset and embracing challenges from learning from our failure. So what if the key to personal growth isn't about avoiding mistakes, but about learning from them, right? Imagine a world where you can turn every challenge into an opportunity for improvement. The purpose of our video today is to cultivate a growth mindset for you, empowering you guys to face your challenges, develop that resilience, embrace failures as a learning tool, and unlock your potential for continuous growth. We all have purpose, we all have our challenges, we all have to embrace them so we're able to continue on our development and getting to where we want to be, right? So like I said, the overview of our video today is about developing that growth mindset, embracing our personal challenges for our personal and our professional life. So let's just dive right into it. What is a growth mindset? So the definition of the growth mindset, we want to introduce that concept of Carl Dweck's concept of the growth mindset. So the belief that abilities and intelligence can develop with effort, learning, and perseverance versus a fixed mindset, which is a little bit more stagnant. So where people believe their abilities are static and cannot be changed. So growth mindset, we want to be able to move, feel like we can have opportunities, there's possibilities, rather than a fixed mindset where it's like, it's stormy, things are stagnant, and it's hard to really change, right? So research identifies that when it comes to Dweck's findings, people with a growth mindset see challenges as opportunities to learn, while those with a fixed mindset may avoid challenges out of the fear of failure, which is unfortunate. So like I said, we want to stay away from that fixed mindset, and we want to have an optimistic mindset in regards to personal growth. So key difference with the fixed mindset for individuals often view failure as a reflection of their limitations, whereas a growth mindset, individuals view failure as an opportunity to set themselves apart and as a learning experience, right, for our process. So implication for personal growth is how adopting a growth mindset can lead to greater perseverance, resilience, and success. So like I said, let's get that mindset, let's change things, let's really rewire things, and let's move on so we're able to get to where we want to be. Let's talk about the science behind the growth mindset. So brain and plasticity and neurogenesis. So research studies on the brain plasticity show that the brain is consistently evolving and can adapt with an effort and practice. So as we're continuously doing things, we're practicing things, practice what makes what? Perfect, you know what I mean? And things are able to move smoothly. So the neurogenesis, the creation of new neurons, is particularly prominent when learning new skills, which supports the idea that intelligence can grow over time. So as we're keeping a growth mindset, we're learning different things, taking different opportunities, and trying to gain new skills, our intelligence can grow over time. So our brain is made to learn information. So let's just not be stagnant, and let's be willing to gain new experiences, right? So for example, learning to play an instrument or mastering a new language activates different areas of the brain. Demonstrating the skills can be honed through effort, right? So when we have an optimistic mindset, we're trying to put in a little effort with consistency, that practice, things will begin to get better. And your brain, it's working. Like I said, there's different regions of the brain that's gonna be kicking in too, right? So let's talk about self-advocacy. The theory that is in regards to self-advocacy is our belief in our ability to succeed, influence how we approach challenges. So a strong sense of self-advocacy enhances perseverance and problem-solving abilities. So when we're pushing ourselves, we're able to get through. So research also talks about people who believe that they can improve tend to work harder, stay motivated longer, and achieve better outcomes. So people that believe in themselves have this inner power, this inner strength to keep moving on, right? So I also want to take into consideration in regards to research talking about failure as feedback, the role of failure in growth. Studies show that individuals with a growth mindset are more likely to view setbacks as valuable feedback, enabling them to adjust strategies and ultimately improve. In addition to that, for an example, Thomas Edison's approach to failure in inventing the light bulb, he didn't view 10,000 times unsuccessful attempts as failure, but ways to evaluate that what didn't work, right? So Failure happens, but within practice, within believing ourselves, we're able to navigate and get through. What happened? We got light. Let's talk about it. So let's dive into how the growth mindset improves learning and our performance. So how does when we're actively trying to change our mind, how can this really benefit us doing things and being more productive? So adaptability and resilience, right? So research depicts, when it comes to DWIC's studies, revealed that students with the growth mindset show higher levels of academic achievement because they don't give up fast, when it comes to facing the difficulties. For example, the rubber band theory. So how stress and pressure challenges us to stretch and adapt just like a rubber band. Moving on to embracing challenges. So practical tip is seeking out challenges that stretch your abilities. Instead of avoiding the tasks that seem too hard, tackle them head on as a way to build new skills and grow. So if you see something as a fear, try to change your mindset, and let's really just use this as an experience to be able to grow. You never know until you try. So embracing challenges, let's move on to the next. So the power of effort and practice. So research shows that concepts of deliberate practice suggest that mastery in the field comes from sustained focus, practice over time, not from inherited talent, right? So when it comes to practice, you're able to get the outcomes overall in that effort. So example is successful athlete like Michael Jordan, who were cut from the high school team, was a tribute to their success, to the persistence in learning from failure rather than their natural ability. So even though you have an ability that is embedded in you in some type of way, you're still using that practice, you're still using that willpower, you're still using that belief in yourself to persevere. And that's what led Michael Jordan to be one of the greatest, even though he was cut and someone told him, you can't do this, you're not good enough. And he used his own belief system and that effort and trying, and that consistency to get to where he was a successful athlete. Moving on to practical tips for developing a growth mindset, you want to be able to change your self-talk, stop self-sabotaging. So research shows that self-talk influences the mindset. Replacing fixed mindset statements such as "I can't do this" with a growth mindset, which is in context that I can improve with practice. So really giving yourself that self-belief, those positive affirmations, which could be useful when you're approaching these challenges. So a tip would be, like I said, use those affirmations. I haven't mastered this yet, but I'm getting better every single day, right? So as I'm practicing, I'm getting better every day, having that mindset. Next is going to be set learning goals, not practice goals. So research focusing on the process of learning rather than just achieving the outcomes. So it leads to better retention and enjoyment when it comes to the journey. So a practical tip would be set specific process-oriented goals, like I will improve my writing by, working on a new technique each week, rather than simply I want to write a novel. So just not trying to make things seem too extravagant, rather just make it small, complex, that's manageable for you to be able to, succeed as you're performing. So little steps will be much beneficial than trying to take big leaps. That's kind of just a little overwhelming, right? The next is going to be celebrate effort, not just the results. So you really want to be able to celebrate your achievements. So praising every effort and your innate talent when it comes to DWIC studies, and encourages persistence and resilience, which is key component to your growth mindset. So a tip is to acknowledge the effort that you put into your task, even if you don't see the results that you want yet, right? So let's just say, for instance, you have a YouTube channel, but you want to have, you have a mindset of you want to have all these followers and all this, these videos up. Why don't you focus on the content that you're trying to create today? Why don't you focus on the little things now, things that you could set up for that, because you're painting the picture. So really just be able to focus and celebrate on the little things that you want now, rather than just, I have to get there, because at the end of the day, nothing's guaranteed. Time is time, but at the end of the day, like I said, focus on the now, the present, and celebrate that as well, right? Next, we're going to jump into overcoming setbacks and learning from failure. This is the big component. So if you made it to this part, I really want you guys to continue holding it down, right? So refrain from failure. So research shows that the most successful people view failure not as defeat, but as an opportunity to grow and learn. The tip is basically, after you're facing a failure, you want to ask yourself, what can I do? What can I learn from this? You know what I mean? What can I do differently next time? You know what I mean? So if you lost your basketball game, you lost to whatever, or you're dealing with certain failures, really evaluating, really assessing, like, what did I do wrong? What can I improve? You know what I mean? And you're moving on to the next. So you also want to have a growth mindset in action. So example, Harry Potter manuscript, which is rejected by multiple publishers, that which continue to refine her work. She used rejection as a way to improve rather than just a reason to quit. So J.K. Rowling was the one that was involved into the scripting of the Harry Potter. So instead of quitting, she used the growth mindset to persevere, right? So that was the mindset with an action that made the Harry Potter book or series special. So we also want to move into the importance of reflection. So when we're doing things, we're failing, we want to be able to, like I said, reflect and do that assessment to really understand like what went wrong, what ways we can improve. So research shows that reflecting on setbacks and how they contribute to long-term goals can foster resilience. So it helps us get to where we need to be. Like I said, we're assessing. So start with a failure journal where you can document your process, where you went wrong, what you learned, and how you kind of grew from it, right? So you only want to document the process. Let's dive into some myths about the growth mindset. So number one is the growth mindset means that you have to succeed at everything. So the truth is a growth mindset is about the process of growth, not guaranteed success in every endeavor. You know what I mean? So failure is a part of a journey. That we're not gonna just walk through life and just, it's not Candyland, you feel me? So you're gonna have your failures and your setbacks. So really embracing that and understanding that success is not tied to everything. Number two is that it's too late to change the mindset. I have to be this way, you know what I mean, type of thing. So the truth is it's never too late. The brain is capable of change at any age, and cultivating growth mindset is a lifelong process. So at the end of the day, it's like change is difficult for all of us, but it's something that we all can conquer and we all can achieve. But like I said, with that perseverance, with that positive growth mindset, and with consistency, right? The next is we're going to dive into the growth mindset means endless hustle and no rest. Like we have to just keep pushing, and we ain't got no relaxation, something like that. So I want you guys to take into consideration that the growth mindset involves smart work, not just working hard. So balance is key. What was told for me was to work harder, work smarter, not harder. That's what it was. I mean, so really try to evaluate what you're doing when it comes to the hustle, and realize, like I said, that word balance is because you can be productive, be proactive, but you also want to have that balance where you're giving yourself what you need, and also to helping others and really being there present in different circumstances for your loved ones, family, friends, etc. Right? So overall, we talked about myths. We talked about how to overcoming setbacks and learning from the failure. We talked about different strategies in regards to enhancing your performance, practice, effort, embracing challenges, embracing yourself, really pouring into yourself. I use Michael Jordan as an example for a lot of the people that love basketball and understand the story behind it and the significance. But at the end of the day, when it comes to our conversation about developing a growth mindset, we have to embrace the challenges. We have to learn from our failure to get to where we want to be. If you guys have any advice, comments, anything like you want to do or say, just put that into the comments area. If you found this video beneficial, please give me that thumbs up and share it. Subscribe for more intentional content. And thank you for driving with me. Thank you for talking with me. We're here, and more intentional content will be on the way. Tune in, take it easy.